just wanted you to watch me dissolve slowly in a pool full of your love. But I don't even know how the chemistry works when your poolside kicking in the dirt, kicking in the sand and stirring up trouble. Can't find an exit. I wander in a maze alone. If I find you, will you shock me? Left and right. Pretty sure that I've been here before, and it isn't what I wanted. I just wanted you to watch me dissolve slowly in a pool full of your love. But I don't even know how the chemistry works when your poolside kicking in the dirt, kicking in the sand and stirring up trouble. Voice like an angel, been chain smoking all month long, like you're someone I believe in. Am I only elaborate? Someone you can test things on. This isn't what I signed up for. I just wanted you to.
You're now tuned into.
I just wanted. I just wanted you to watch me dissolve slowly in a pool full of your love. But I don't even know how the chemistry works when your poolside kicking in the dirt, kicking in the sand and stirring up trouble. I just wanted you to watch me dissolve.
Live. Happy birthday to Yahawah's daughter. It's Saturday, June 18th, and I had my phone playing. We are live. How is everybody doing? Can everybody see?
Happy birthday, Whitey. Happy birthday to you. Yes. We are live. YouTube has decided that I can't live stream from my computer anymore, so Ronnie had to transfer everything over, and we're running it from his OBS on my channel right now because YouTube is against me. So yeah, we're excited. We're live. This is a special happy birthday edition to YD, and we're excited to have her live with us, right?
Let's go, YD. Unmute.
Sorry, I wasn't sure when you wanted me to come in.
Now's your time. Welcome.
Hello.
Happy birthday.
Thank you so much. You guys just make me feel so special.
Yes. Well, I'm really thankful to have you on. I'm the luckiest son in the whole world. My mom is a truther. It's YD. Okay, we're not going to get too vain. We're not going to be too narcissistic tonight, but we are going to celebrate. Just checking to see if my mic's coming in good. Looks like I'm a bit low. I can probably turn me up a little bit. That's probably a bit better. Great. Can I get some sound checks? Everything was up in the air. We had to switch channels at the last second. I had to add everything in for the podcast tonight. Jason's getting trolled. We're going to continue to blast away against that, but we should be clear. I'm pretty sure that everybody can hear us in the chat. We're not getting any responses from anybody in the chat, whether they can hear us, if they can hear Jason, can they hear YD? Can you hear Shan? Can I get a response from anyone in the chat? As long as so you guys can hear the sound and see the screen, that's what matters. You guys are the absolute guests with the most.
Usually Seth will give us a 5x5.
So how was your day, YD? And how you feeling?
Had a great day. Went and spent the afternoon with my daughter, your sister,
Mm-hmm.
and a bunch of the grandchildren were there. We had a great time. Lots of fun.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it was really nice. But this is my happy place, so.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna do some truthing. There's a bunch of memes that you commented on this week, so I put those into the podcast. So you guys can hear who. I specifically asked if you could hear me, can you hear Jason, can you hear YD? And how are the volume levels? Because everything haven't done a multi-person podcast on my channel on my OBS in a long time. So I just want to make sure we have it all going good before I move forward with the presentation. We've got amazing songs. You just got super boosted by the realm. I can't wait. Oh, I have my sound on. That's another $10 I owe you, Mom. I mean, YD.
Right? And by the way, just one quick correction. I didn't just comment this week on your morning show. I comment every week.
Yeah. I know. You only can't comment on the ones that they hide.
Right.
So
Just wanted to make sure.
Jason, they took down the podcast because of the Nancy Pelosi clip on the Drag Queen show.
Really?
Yep. Not a strike.
Wow.
Not a strike. Oh, I'm a bit hot. Turn that
It
down.
just says blocked. This content is blocked every time I try.
Well, I trimmed it, so it should be back up. But I did share the, what is it called again? I did share the Odyssey link for that full hangout in Telegram to make sure that people wanted to see it. It was hilarious.
Oh, so I can see it on Telegram.
So how you doing, Awake Souls? How you doing, Jay, man? Why don't you jump in?
Oh, I'm a bit perturbed with YouTube right now. The fact that they won't let me live stream from my computer, that's a bit, it pisses me off, actually. I'm a little pissed off, but I don't want to let that ruin the air tonight because this is YD's birthday.
But it pisses me off too, Jason.
Yeah. June 18th. This is, we're so close to the summer solstice. So tomorrow is the summer solstice according to the sun. And then trying to remember here, the 30th is the first day of the 4th month, which is so in the Hebrew calendar, the first 3 months are spring, and then the next 3 months are summer, and the next 3 months are fall, and the next 3 months are winter. So June 30th is the first day of summer according to the Hebrew calendar, but tomorrow is the summer solstice. So that is equal day, or it's the longest day. It's the longest day of the year for the North. And so the scriptures do tell us that summer is nigh and all that kind of stuff. So I'm excited. I feel like this weekend has a lot of potential. The stock market sure looks like it's going to take a big old tank. And,
I took your advice. I went to the bank.
Yeah. So for anybody else that's out there, this, in my opinion, would be a good time to stock up on some emergency cash because one of the things that all the headlines that I'm seeing are setting up for is the super stock market tank. And that right there is going to be a part of the Great Reset, that they're going to do away with the cash. They're going to do away with the fiat currency system, and they're going to go digital. So
did I hear correctly? I think I saw something today that crypto dropped to its lowest today since 2020.
Below 20,000, right? Below 20,000.
Okay, I thought it said since 2020, but maybe I read it wrong. It was just a quick look at Drudge.
No, they're covering it right now. It's a big tank, along with the stock market. And so one of the things that we've been prepped for is Black Mondays, right? Black Mondays.
Yeah.
So when this Monday rolls around, there's a chance that it's going to be a Black Monday. And what that would bring in store with it is bank runs and all that kind of stuff. So they're looking at shutting off the monetary system as we know it and implementing their new ones. So it could be soon. The stock market crash and the bank runs, that's all a big part of the Great Reset. And everything's in play for it to happen, like right as we're speaking this weekend.
So the
Monday.
interesting thing is, even if you have cash, every store you go into is basically computer operated. So all their tills or whatever they call them these days, everything is operated on the computer. So even if you have cash, is it still going to work?
There's a chance that it may work, that they'll accept it, and there's a chance that they won't. So we'll have to see how it all goes down. I'm just getting ready for, this Great Reset talk. And one of the big components of that has to be a stock market crash. And then they're going to have to come out and they're going to have to say that this system's not working anymore and we need to move to a different system, right?
Yuck.
I know it's... Yeah, so we know that once that type of system's in place, that there won't be the ability to save anything anymore, because they'll know exactly what you have. And we've already been told that if you're a dissident, if you're not a part of their system, that they're going to turn you off. You're not going to be allowed to use it. You're not going to be able to buy stuff. You're going to have credits, and they're going to dissolve at a certain point. They're going to evaporate, these electronic credits. So it's this new world
scary.
order is
scary stuff.
Is not a part of. I don't want to be any part of it myself. No part of it.
Okay, now's the time to light them if you got them. Birthday candles, that is.
I was going to say, I don't do that, so.
Well, you like cookies. You like cookies, though.
Well, I tried.
Fine, we got nothing to hide. We're not talking about anything bad. I don't know if you guys can hear the music.
Doesn't agree with me. I don't have any issue with it.
We got to switch the vibes up here.
Yes, we do.
I am the vibe guy. So
I'm looking at this thumbnail. Great job.
My mic's a bit hot. Jason made the collage. Thank you, Jason.
Mm-hmm.
It's certainly an age progression with with your daughter, my granddaughter, right there in the middle.
You want me to zoom in on for you?
All those generations. Wow.
There's you.
It's pretty cool.
You said you're a girly girl, right?
That little one there in the middle,
Let's see,
yeah.
I zoomed in.
Oh, I don't see it zoomed in.
It was. So
it's okay.
You missed it? It was on this screen. This is where we're looking. Is everybody looking here? Oh, I'm not on. Good thing I checked. Okay.
You didn't do it right. I know what I'm looking at.
You're watching on the live stream. You're not watching on the screen share.
I'm watching on the live stream.
Yeah, there you go. There you are. That was in August, right? I don't know. When was it? I don't know.
Yeah, a while ago. We'll just leave it at that.
Hey, it's fine. We don't have anything to hide. So here we go. We're going to switch up the vibes. We're going to do this. So I said, yeah, I would probably buy you these flowers. They're pretty, right?
They're beautiful.
Nice mix. I like the dark reds too with the yellows and everything. Let's get into this. So we're gonna play a little bit of a game tonight. Okay. I know everybody doesn't like surprises, but
you're just gonna really throw me, aren't you?
What? No, I know you like horses, right? You like horses?
Yes.
You like horse racing. So what is it about horses that you've always loved?
That's a great. Can you hear my train in the background?
That's okay.
Sorry.
Whoop, whoop. Yeah, Jason's gonna say you're a crisis actor now. You're pulling Jake the A-hole tricks, huh?
Sorry.
No pow-pows or bang-bangs. No pow-pows, no bang-bangs.
Well, if it suddenly goes silent, you know what? I'm in trouble. Horses. That's a good question. So I rode horses a lot in my younger years. Then I got into the business of shipping horses. Mm-hmm. So I spent a lot of time at the racetrack working with trainers. Got very involved in racing, shipping. Used to ship horses all over the world. Olympic horses. Maybe some people won't recognize it, but a famous hunter jumper was called Big Ben. Mm-hmm. from the Olympics, shipped him.
So this horse on the screen right here. So there's going to be a couple of different. This is a Fred Stone painting for anybody out there that's into this kind of thing. This one here, I'll give this one away. I won't make this one hard, but the next ones I'm not going to give you any clues.
Well, I have my Fred Stone Man of War painting.
Yeah, I know that. But this one here, this is American Pharaoh, right?
Yeah, so he's a Triple Crown winner.
Triple Crown, yeah, yes, of course. So you love horses. This is a beautiful painting, right? What about the horse what is it that it's powerful, they're majestic? What is it that you love about the horse?
You want to know the truth? Horses, I don't think people really understand. They're a lot like dogs or cats or smaller animals. They have a lot of feeling. They really do communicate with, whether it be their groom, their owner. If you're just a kid that's got your horse at home, those horses become a part of you, and they show the emotion. They feel it. I wish I had sent you the picture of Man of War and his groom, which was a famous racehorse. And you can see the horse he's leaning on his groom. The groom traveled everywhere with him. And you can see the love and the affection that horse has for the groom. Even if you were watching this year's Triple Crown races, you would see some of the horses that they would spend some time with the owners, trainers, and you could see the relationship as soon as they would walk up in the shed row to that particular racehorse getting ready, and the trainer would walk up to the horse. You could see the bond. So, I mean, the jockey is just the guy that gets on and rides them, and it can be a different jockey all the time. But that relationship that the horse has with the groom, so his primary caregiver, it's really quite spectacular. And I think that's what I really just love about them is they do feel, they have those emotions. People think they're just these big, powerful animals, but in reality, they'll lay down and sleep beside you. They'll put their head on your shoulder.
They're gentle. They're gentle animals.
Yes, they're so gentle and so loving. They're funny. You know, you can get your horse to laugh. They're just, people just don't think of them as a pet because they're so big, but they have a heart like a pet does. So
you say that horses are super loving. That's what you're trying to say. They can be mean too. They can be mean too. Hey.
Oh, they can be mean.
If you do something mean to them, they can.
Well, like Rich Strike is an example. So the horse that won the Derby, if anybody watched it, when the Derby was over, the pony horse that rides alongside the racehorse that leads them up to the starting gate and then also meets them after the race, the pony horse is to kind of guide them. And that's their friend. That pony horse is typically
comfort friend. Comfort.
Comfort. Well, for some reason, Rich Strike was just biting his pony.
Yeah, it was crazy, right? I don't know. We don't have to get into the reasons why it happened.
Well, I think he was just super adrenalized. He just won the race. They know.
He ran fast. He ran fast, didn't he?
But they also know when they're winners, they know they're winners, and quite often winners are horses that will not let anybody be in front of them. They have this desire. They can't have another horse in front of them, and that's what makes them great race horses.
It's a fine balance, isn't it? Fine balance.
It really is.
That was me from the age 16 to 17. I couldn't let another car on the road be ahead of me.
That's a bad product. That's wrong.
You know what, Jason, I had that problem too.
You guys are wrong. No, take your time when you're driving around. Just chill out. Put on some good music and just meditate. Just take your time. That's the best way to be. Let's get going here.
I put on some great music and then just had to be faster than everybody.
We're the first car on the road, the first one.
I was the first one to leave the light, now he's in the lead.
We're way off track, so I need you guys to pay attention to the screen now. We're going to get going here. This wasn't supposed to take so long. We got to do a bunch of these. The next one here, this one says... This is the kind of people we like. He's got a sign that says, hey, there's a cop over there. Someone trying to work for the government and take your money. These are the kind of people.
Sorry, I'm not.
You got to watch on the screen share now.
Why?
In real time.
Okay, I got you.
And see, now you guys can see, there's a cop back there. The sign says cop. Nobody laughed. You guys are just, my jokes are just going to fall on deaf ears. He's got a cop. He says there's a cop over there. Come on now. This is my kind of people right here.
Okay, so in the olden days, we would flick our high beams.
We still do that. This is a totally different setup, right?
Okay. Well, I guess I'm missing it.
Jason didn't even laugh at all?
I think he's like me. I don't know what we're supposed to be laughing at.
Okay, this one here says, no matter how hard you try, both of you, Jason and YD, you will never be as cool as this duck.
That's a pretty cool duck.
Jason, what say you?
Walking on water, that's pretty cool in my book.
He's surfing down the waterfall.
He's surfing. He's a surfing dude.
He's like, what up? Looking right into the camera. Animals absolutely know they're being filmed and they're hams.
They are. They truly are.
Let's go. Come on. We got stuff to get into. It says waking
and
up.
they're empaths too. Just remember that.
Hanging two.
Waking up is not enough.
He doesn't have all the toes.
You guys, we have to unite. People need to get past these petty differences. Grow up. We need to work together, right?
And if you can't, you have to move on.
Jason, did you want to say something about this one? Don't you agree everyone should? We lost Jason.
My mic wouldn't unmute.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's waking up. So Awake Souls is the channel I made. So it's not enough to just wake up, right? Because then we're not necessarily all united. We need to both wake up and be united. So that means we need to be in agreement on what we woke up to as well. Absolutely.
And that's where the problem lies, is like getting people to wake up and agree.
Yeah, we need to unite. We need to get past the petty differences and we only have, what is it? 4 fundamental truths? It's not even that hard. We try to make it as
we have
open.
6.
There's 8, but I mean, there's only 4 really, right?
The first 4 is enough to get you to salvation. After that, it's just a way of fine-tuning after that. But the first 4 are pretty important.
This one says, make your happiness and personal growth a priority in your life. The more you take care of yourself, the more you can take care of others. Right? What do you guys want to say? Who? YD?
All true. And I can speak from experience, having done both.
Excuse me.
Not making myself a priority and still trying to take care of others, and then learning if I take care of myself, I can actually be a better caregiver for others. It's kind of like that airplane analogy where, you put the oxygen mask on yourself first, then try to help others. It's kind of the same idea.
Or saving a drowning person. If you can't make sure that you're not going to drown, you're not going to be much help to the person that's drowning. So you have to take care of first things first before you can help others.
That's a beautiful meme, though.
Really nice artwork. The turtle, the Canadian geese, right? The eagle feathers. So let's get on to this next one. This one you guys got to pay attention to. Thinking time. Like I said, we're not.
Hear you, Ronnie.
Am I muted? This one you guys got to pay attention to. It's time to think a little bit here. It says the Overton window. The Overton window is the range of policies politically acceptable to the mainstream population at a given time. It is also known as the window of discourse. So the idea of the Overton window is what people are okay with watching. So what we can use as an example is what is it, LGBT whatever month.
Yeah.
So they flash it everywhere. What they've been doing is having all these people wearing different sexual oriented clothes. I'm going to try and not get strikes on Jason's channel. And they've been exposing themselves to children, and then they've been blasting that out, pushing the Overton window to more radical and unthinkable acts so that the regular population can accept it. Yes, this is just the best example that I could teach you. They use the Overton window with every different topic. So I wanted to explain it, and then okay, YD, what do you think of this meme? And then when you're done, Jason, you can put on your thoughts.
Well, what do you mean? What do I think of this meme?
What do you think about the Overton window? Would you like to add anything? Would you like Jason to go first?
Well, I think it's just another warning to stay away from mainstream media. Therefore, you don't get indoctrinated into this Overton window.
Yeah, they're constantly pushing the boundaries all the time. They take it to the extreme so that they can settle on the middle, and then they take it to the extreme so that they can settle to the middle. It's they push it with radical stuff, and then when they don't get that, they just take the ground that they've gained. So it's like having the ratchet where they're just clicking another notch, clicking another notch, clicking another notch by pushing it to the extreme. So
okay, and that's exactly what they're doing right now. Right now, they are pushing it to the extreme by showing this kind of stuff on mainstream media, like
everywhere,
you said, but without getting into detail. They're showing on the news kids at these events, and they're promoting it beyond what any normal human being would consider okay. So they're pushing it way up, so they can bring it back down to a medium level that people will accept.
Well said. Well said. You guys really understand the Overton window. It's great that we're able to. So how do you guys like it? Do you guys hear the music?
Yes, we do.
Jay, yeah. How do you like my house, Jay? Is it comfy?
Yeah,
are you chilled, bro?
It's gonna have to be. You're gonna have to do this from now on, because I don't know that I'm allowed to ever again.
We'll see. We'll deal with that. But this is a chill vibe spot, right? I've worked hard to make it that way. Everybody can just chill. So you pointed it out, and not only that, the last thing I want to say about this here is it's not just to the right; it's also to the left. Both directions, up and down, lead to unthinkable. Whether you're on the right side or the left side, it exposes that. Either way, you're still effed, right? Less freedom. This should say less freedom too.
But the right and the left work together for the same narrative.
Correct. Let's go on here to this next one. Let's see what it says. I finally found it. Blinker fluid.
Okay. I haven't seen this one.
Do you not get it, Mom? It's the joke when you have a headline out. Someone always says, you need more blinker fluid.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
I said, but I didn't see this before.
Nah, I brought it in tonight. Fresh.
It's like a bucket of steam.
Yes. Somebody made it.
A bucket of steam?
Somebody made a fake bottle of blinker fluid. I got you, Mom. I was trying to troll you. Did you laugh?
Well, I knew what it was.
Maximum strength.
What? It's not Rio.
No.
You'll see a guy he'll hold a little light. He'll have it filled up with water to say, this is where the fluid goes. I was trying to troll you, Mom. I was trying to be funny. This one's important. It says actors in ancient Rome weren't allowed to testify in court, guys, because they were considered professional liars. Hey, all you Johnny Depp, whatever thing watching, Freemasons, Romans, whatever name you want to give them, actors shouldn't be able to speak about anything of authority. They shouldn't have any. If an actor,
Johnny Depp and Amber Heard.
I know, but they weren't speaking to authority. They were speaking up about some personal kind of disaster. They weren't. It wasn't political. Other actors get involved.
There was MK Ultra, all kinds of mind control. I didn't watch 1 second of it. I just wanted to expose that if you do the research and you figure this stuff out, they actually knew back in the day that these actors, people that did the theater, could go on stage and sway anybody to any direction that they wanted to. So they weren't allowed to be any places of power. And now look where we are. Actors are like everywhere about every main agenda, climate change. If I name them, we're going to get strikes.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because back in
Donald Trump was a big time actor, like reality TV show actor, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in reality, if you look at this meme, back in in ancient Roman history, they did have theater.
Yeah,
they had theater, and they did this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but the actors in the theater weren't allowed to testify in court. Is the point of the
because they were known as actors.
Liars. Actors are liars. They're pretending to be something they're not.
But it can be done. Liars.
But it can be done righteously. You can make funny content. You can make so much content you don't have to sway people's opinions through your mind control. That's where it's wrong. For a lobby or an agenda, it's wrong. Let's keep going. No. Look at this beautiful picture. Can you see the mountains back there? That's quite the picture, I think. I don't know what kind of horse this is. It's a white one. I can tell you that. I like white horse. Palomino? Okay, I'm not going to question you. I should have known, right? Then you got this house here. That's a nice big house. But it's that mountain.
Look at that mountain. That looks like being out west.
It's beautiful, right? What do you think of that? That's a running mountain, Jared J?
It doesn't seem to be moving too fast, but
beautiful, right?
Running horse in front of that mountain.
It's either a Palomino or it could be an Arabian.
Yeah, it's got a crazy tail. But yeah, we'll go on to this one. Look at this. It says crisis actors needed. We are a government contractor with 15 years of experience working with county, state, and federal alt-Masonic free Jesuitican orders conducting simulated crisis events. Crisis scenarios may include, but are not limited to, situations involving natural disasters, tornadoes, floods, and hurricanes. You got the Ryan Hall Y'all team covering it live in Central. Terror scenarios, which you've seen here. Where was it? A bunch of places. Buffalo, they've been doing these scenarios everywhere. And the dreaded biological chemical warfare attacks. This is a literal ad.
But what's interesting is West Palm Beach is known as like the posh high society. That's where people play polo and
get ready, people in West Palm Beach, right? If you see one of these ads in your area, you better watch out. If you see anything going down, don't go near them. Get caught up in the hoax, right, Jay?
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of the guys that we work with just said that he's finally going to go on vacation. He's going to West Palm Beach. His girlfriend's family.
That's true. I know. I just remember that.
But you know that West Palm Beach is full of actors.
Sure.
Tiny hats.
They'll get yeah. They own Florida. That's for sure. We shouldn't be talking about them right now, Jay. It's great. But what I wanted to point out is that they definitely do hire crisis actors, right?
And they're well paid down there too.
So then we got this one. This, ladies and gentlemen, is how paper beats rock.
Incredible.
Right? Wow.
Incredible.
That's a bit of a backflip, huh? Who knew? This one's a long one though, but how to start a fire in the rain. You guys know how? You gotta scrape off, collect tinder, pine needles, dry easily. It says they're almost, one side of them are always dry, so you can flip the pine needles over. Good fire starter. It says 2, find kindling and fuel wood. Look for an area with natural cover to find dry wood. So you'd find the dry wood, like a leaning rock or a fallen tree, or lower branches on evergreens. Make sure the wood is dry enough for kindling. Try to snap it, and it should easily break. Or if it's green, it's not going to snap. For branches split with a knife to find even drier wood inside. Check it out. Once you've collected the wood, find a location for your fire. Underneath a giant tree is the best spot. The one with a high up leaves so you don't burn the tree down, obviously. Everybody knows how to do that part. And then it says here, this is an interesting, I've never done it quite like this, but you create a bed for your fire to separate it from the wet ground, because this is when it's raining, we're saying. Using the tree bark, constructing a bed from branches. Then it says, build the lay. Make a pile of tinder, then create a teepee. This is the way that I was taught. Right, Mom? Or Whitey? Mm-hmm. Sorry. We were always taught to do this. Start with the smaller pieces and the burnable stuff at the bottom, the leaves and dry stuff that you can find, and then you build your teepee around it. And then it says, with your storm-proof Team Yahawahashai matches, light the tinder from underneath, carefully blow on it. You gotta add wind and watch your fire grow. Set kindling and fuel logs next to the fire so they dry as the fire heats up. That's great advice. This is just a good reminder for people. You never know what's going to happen, right? Always keep in mind that all you need is that fire to stay warm, right?
Well, if the time comes, I've probably forgotten this.
I think you'll remember.
I grew up in Wisconsin with a living room fireplace, and we had a wood burning furnace for hot water heat. So every day during the cooler season, there was fires going. So you had to be starting fires. And if you don't know how to start with the little kindling stuff and build your way up, it's never going to work. I've had a property with where we would Airbnb it, and there was a fire pit there, and I had everything that it would take for somebody to light a fire, where there was the kindling, there was the logs, and there was a bottle of lighter fluid.
That's way too easy.
And you know what these people would do? They would throw the biggest log into the fire pit.
Come
and
on,
they would squirt
really?
lighter fluid on it, and they would run out of the bottle of lighter fluid
No kindling.
in the first 5 minutes, and it was done. And they'd be like, yeah, we can't start a fire.
So they didn't use the kindling.
None of it. No, they didn't understand. They didn't understand that part. So this is important for people to actually understand that you have to start with kindling first before you
Well, I
go
knew
to the
that.
larger
That
stuff.
much I did know.
Well, yeah. Find tinder, which is before kindling, right? Stuff like pine and leaves, scrape down tree bark. Then you can find your branches, which is your kindling, your twigs and branches, and they need to snap, it says. You got to look under leaning rocks or somewhere that's dry. But yes,
But they've
Jason,
got a
you're absolutely
chainsaw.
right, bro. You're absolutely right. Yeah, well, I mean, if this is a knife here. He's doing it all wrangle star style, right? Why is my mic so low? Can you guys even hear me?
Yes, we can.
I don't think the audience could. Let's do one more and then we'll go to our first song break. It says Old Soul. I have a feeling that both of you here with me on the podcast are definitely really old souls. Just going to say that. And I bet you this is true. You tend to be a solitary loner because old souls are disinterested in the pursuits and interests of the people in their usual age groups. They find it dissatisfying to make friends with people they find it hard to relate to. Gee.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the two people on the side of the other side of the screen right now can agree to that one. It says here.
But
Go on.
it doesn't have anything to do with age.
What?
It's not an age thing. It doesn't have to be people within your own age group.
Yes, it could be anybody. Doesn't
It could
matter
be
their
anybody.
age. True.
If you can't relate to them,
True.
you just can't.
That's the main part here. Find it hard to relate to anybody, not just
Oh.
people in their own age group. Excellent. Old souls tend to find themselves alone a lot of the time. People just don't cut it, you know?
Well,
Jason,
yeah.
what do you think?
Yeah, it's tough to find people to relate to if you have a strong love and desire of the truth. If you're willing to make sacrifices in life for the truth, you might find yourself in a super isolated group. So the old souls aspect of it is interesting. You think of so even before I became totally reconfirmed in Christianity, in the spiritual pursuit that I was in, I had heard a lot about the old souls and the new souls and stuff like that. And I had never identified as an old soul growing up. But when I got into that pursuit right there, all of a sudden it started making sense to me, and I started to self-identify as an old soul. So
And you started to realize that you have been alone a lot of your life.
yeah, I didn't even know it really, because the way I grew up, growing up Jehovah's Witness, there's a whole lot of isolation. So it didn't really dawn on me that I was isolated at first, really.
Mm-hmm.
See, for me, I don't even know if it was that I was an old soul. I just found that I didn't always, and I'm talking even in like my early career days, I didn't fit in to a lot of the groups because I wasn't into the drama. I wasn't into the lies and the BS. I was always had a pretty strong conviction and moral compass. And so I often didn't fit in, but I never related it to being an old soul. I just related it to being different. I was just different.
Mm-hmm. You are different. Absolutely. It's a little truncated. Oh no. Hold on a second. Let me fix this before we go to our first song break. What a song this is. Oh, why is it going to give me problems? For some reason. I can't stand it if you can't see the whole meme. You know? The lettering. You know, what's the point of doing the podcast unless we get it clean? So let's do one more and then we'll go to the song. Check this one out. The Modern Male Starter Pack,
Oh.
it says.
This one I commented on. It was so funny.
I know. You'll see a lot of the ones you commented on. Avoid meat. It says, always watching CNN, the news. Snacks every 2 hours on Doritos. Hand sanitizer, always handy. They got a clip to his pants. Green juice, gotta have that. Low vitamin D and no testosterone from all the soy. Afraid of the sun. Medical organizer per day. And still masking outdoors and in the cars alone. What do you guys think of this one?
Well, my comment was, I have run into this particular species of male many times, and I usually just look them in the eye and shake my head and just walk right on by, because it's true, they do exist.
The soy boy, right? I think
the whole thing.
I think that's the technical term for one of these, is a soy boy.
When did men stop being men? That's what I'd like to know.
Yeah, maybe when they told them they had to. When they made them shave their chests all the time.
Yeah, that and I don't know, a combination of the tight pants and not learning how to do any sort of trade type work, any sort of physical work. So you put somebody behind a desk all their life where they don't have to lift or do anything out in the sun, and then with all this propaganda and the lack of protein and all the poisons that come through the foods that we eat, the things that we put on our bodies, all that kind of stuff, and the pharmaceuticals,
nailed it.
It really, really knocks down a guy to the point of being a soy boy. And
nailed it.
once you're at that point, you're pretty much useless.
I think too that we have to remember that, and I know this is going to sound odd coming from a woman and a mother, but a lot of women are no longer raising their boys to be boys and boys to be men. That's what's happening. Like, something's happening, because a lot of it begins at home. And if you don't teach your boy to be a boy and teach him how to become a man, this is what you're going to raise. And this is the generation that I see now of the 20 and 30-year-olds.
Well, hopefully we can change that, right? We can still lead the way and do our best. Lift everybody up in the realm. Great points you guys just made. So let's move on. We're going to have our first song break of the day. So if you guys can just mute, we'll come back right after this song. Let's go. It's a great brand new track. I really like this one. We got great music tonight, YD, all for your birthday. I can't wait. You guys ready? Ready?
Let's go.
You tell me when to hit it, YD, and I'll hit it. She's gone? She already muted. She did what I told her. I'm sorry, you did great. You were muted. Tell me when to play the song and then mute.
Okay, go for it.
Crozet with My Racing Heart. That was quite a song. I have to say that was quite a song. I really enjoyed that. What do you guys think? You can unmute now. What do you think? How was that tune?
That was fun. Yeah, it was smooth.
It was decent, right? I like the sax.
Yeah, and it's got the rise and grind vibes to it, which I like too.
That was great. I had a little. Am I too loud now?
No, you sound.
Let me check. Go ahead and talk. I might be a bit loud. Go ahead.
Well, no, because the problem was I was trying to
No, you're good.
up my volume, and I realized I couldn't do it. I had to do it on my Yeti. So I turned the volume up on the Yeti, and then the song was louder. And then I thought, remember to turn it back down.
You're good.
Live. Okay.
Yeah, you're perfect. You're coming in good. Let's get into this meme. Let's go. We got. This isn't just about having fun. This one says
it was all about me. No? Okay.
Yes, it's all about you. I want you. I'm going to throw it to you right away after I read
I'm
this.
Just kidding.
Get ready though. It's coming to you. Right. It says scientists use a confocal laser microscope to map the topography of an IHOP flapjack and determined that the state of Kansas is literally flatter than a pancake. If the Earth is a globe at 25,000 miles in circumference, this means there is more than 106 miles of missing curvature in the state of Kansas alone. What do you think of this one, YD?
I don't know. Why do they get so many tornadoes?
Because it's so flat?
I don't know. I don't know what you want me to say about this one. It's crazy.
Yeah, they got the same issue that the Suez Canal has.
I'm going to get into that.
Flat.
Because it's Tornado Alley, right? Like, so it's flat.
Flat. So if you measure things off of sea level and you go from one edge of the state to the other edge of the state, you can see on the graph there with Kansas, it's look at that slope. That's the measurement from above sea level to below sea level. And so it's got that just low slope to it. And then if you measure a pancake, you can see that you have the high ridges and where it begins and then where it ends. So Kansas is technically flatter than a pancake.
Well, and the other thing, and I don't know if this is true, but don't tornadoes usually break up once they go back over the ocean?
I lost the
they tend to steer around bodies of water. So
is that why Kansas gets hit so hard? Because it's not, well, they're not close to a body of water. So those tornadoes get stuck there and then they have to find their path back. Is that correct?
Yeah. So they don't have the things to deter them. So we live in Austin, which has the hill country to the west. And so the storm systems, as they come in, they don't really develop over the hill country too well. So it's really just after Austin that the tornadoes will begin. And then they'll run up through the Dallas-Fort Worth area and into Oklahoma. So I do believe that Norman, Oklahoma, where Noah is actually like the number one place to be hit by a tornado. So up there, everybody's got to have storm shelters. You got to have like your dug-in bunker. Kansas, the same, right?
And the reason is, hang on.
Get in trouble now for going off topic.
No, you're on topic. I just want to get to the point, and it keeps freezing on me, and I've got to rescreen share. It's messing up here. No, it's not you. It's the stream. The reason is because the hot air from the Gulf streams up, and the area is flat, and it tunnels in over Texas, and then heads up there, and the cold air meets right there, and it causes huge disturbances. And like Jason said, you lived and worked through it, right? Did you not?
Yeah, so Oklahoma is like hail central of the world. Mm-hmm. And so if you're going to be doing roofs, that's a great place to be a roofer, because I've met people that have had their roof replaced 2 or 3 times in the same year.
That's a great place to be.
I don't mean to laugh, but when you say rough, it kills me.
This one says here,
roof.
Police are still looking for the smartass who painted a tunnel on this bridge.
Well, I didn't see any of these memes. Are these all new?
This one's new. I brought it in.
That's hilarious.
Look at the roadrunner standing there. The funny thing,
probably smart enough not to go in.
Weep, beep, beep.
Me.
Like I said, I had everything planned tonight, guys. There's nothing that's going to stop me. I'm
But
glad.
see,
you
the
like
Roadrunner waited.
He said,
was
"Go on
smart.
through. Go on through." He said, "I'll follow after you." Beep, beep.
That's a good one.
I got you guys laughing. This one you brought up, I missed it. It said Flathead Lake. It's flat.
How could you not have gotten that?
I know.
The
You
first
got
thing,
me.
When I watched that, I'm like, finally, somebody's named
no.
the lake correctly.
Why is it doing this?
Flathead Lake.
I really can't turn the air conditioning on either because it'll be really bad sounding. Jason, when he has it on Zoom, is kind, and Zoom decancels the sound. But this meme here, it says, because of crystal clear water, Flathead Lake in Montana seems shallow, but in reality, it goes down to 370 feet in depth. But I
But
missed.
it's flat.
Yeah, you can see through the shore anywhere that you have clean water. You can see the bottom. As soon as it gets down too deep, you can't see it anymore. But I missed that it was called Flathead Lake, and I brought it up.
I was so surprised that you just passed right over that.
Whew.
I'm like,
Everything's
run.
It's flat. I know, but I'm sorry. And there, I've fixed it. Let's keep going. This next one says, "We don't have time to explain. Just get in the car."
Good for them.
Oh, I dropped that on the screen share again. They really don't want us to stream, huh? Yeah, but that's the meme.
I
So,
like that meme.
this guy-
Although I know people have to hunt to eat, but I like this meme.
They got him tied up. Just get in,
Yeah.
they said.
Let's flip the script here.
Okay, we're on to another one of these games.
Oh, that's a beautiful.
So this is another Fred Stone painting.
Yeah.
Who is this?
Well, the bottom one is not a racehorse. That's a hunter jumper.
Okay, you're right.
By the jacket and the saddle.
This is Big Ben, right?
Is
Painted
that
by.
Big Ben?
Yes, this was the same picture that Nanny had. Is it not?
Oh no, Nanny didn't have the one with the other racehorse up on top, like the.
Yeah. This
on
is
top.
doubled. It's doubled up. But isn't it beautiful? I lost the screen share.
There's a story behind that painting that I bought for Nan. So I took her to see the rider and Big Ben.
Yeah, in the Toronto, right? In the horse jumping.
And she was so enthusiastic when he finished. She was clapping, and he actually rode over and tipped his hat to her. And later I found the painting and I bought it for her. So yeah, there's a story behind Big Ben.
Well, that's why I had it. 1 second, we're going to have some noises. We got to do a few things to try to keep the stream going. I don't know if that can affect it. But yeah, isn't it beautiful? I wanted to show you that. He was a beautiful horse, right? Good,
right now,
good jumper.
The rider's name is escaping me, and he's an Olympic winner. Oh, I can't think of his name. What's wrong with me?
Well, this one was titled Big Ben. But let's keep going. It's just another beautiful picture. And you're right, that was a jumper, not a speed racer. This one says, if you want to change the world, teach children to grow their own food. What do you think of this one?
Well, I commented on this one. I think it goes without saying. And if this is what they started to teach, if you have to send your kid to school, this is what the schools should be teaching. This is what the parents should be going to the school boards and saying, this is what I want you to teach my children. I want you to teach them how to grow. I want you to teach them how to preserve and can food. And like when I went to school, we called it home ec class, and we were taught how to cook, how to sew. They don't do that anymore. And this is another
I'm surprised.
example.
Yeah, I took home ec too. I know how to sew. I've been sewing up my work clothes here. You guys would laugh at me. Nobody's sew for me. I do my own sewing. But yes,
I didn't sew for you.
I agree. Jason, are you still here? I don't know. I'm going to move on if you're not here.
Yeah, could you imagine if we were taught in school how to grow?
Ian
Well,
Miller.
you can go to university for it, right? You could take horticulturist classes, and
But it
they
should
teach
be
you a
taught-
lot.
But it
Yeah,
should be
so-
taught from kindergarten.
But yeah, taught from kindergarten, true.
Home ec was 8th grade for me, and then like there were shop classes after that. But it should be at kindergarten that kids are being taught how to put seeds in the ground and water them and grow them, right?
Yep.
Let's go to this next one.
Wait, I just have to pause here. I had to remember the name of the rider of Big Ben. It's Ian Miller. He was-
Ian. Oh, that's what you were thinking of. I thought you were confused about the name of the horse. I didn't want to call you out on it.
No,
Yes,
of
Ian.
course not. Big Ben is the horse that Ian Miller rode to
Yes,
the Olympics.
that's Ian Miller.
Yes.
This is Big Ben. I thought
Yes.
you were confused about the name of the horse. I didn't want to embarrass you.
No.
This one's really important. This one takes it to the next level. It says every school should have an organic garden that is maintained by a gardening class, while the food that is grown by that gardening class feeds the entire school. This is ridiculous that it's not this way. What do you guys have to say?
Well, it's true. Same thing.
That's it, right? In a nutshell?
Well, it's the same theory. Every school, this is what they should be teaching children.
Well, and it should be self-sustained. Like, so people that have heard that I was out in New York at Bethel at the Jehovah's Witness headquarters, they actually grew their own food. They had a farm in upstate New York where they had their own fields, their own crops. They had their own cattle. They made their own cheese from their own milk and all that kind of stuff. So if everything was built in a self-sufficient way where every school system had its own food that it grew, and they were able to make all the food that they served to the kids off of that, if everything was sustainable, then there would be no issues. We wouldn't have any sort of ever the possibility of a food shortage if everything was built to be sustainable that way. So it's just crazy that they don't do that. The most necessary thing for us to live, like food, water, the fact that they're not teaching people to be sustainable in that way is crazy. They want us to kill the cows and put fart bags on the cows and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
To be sustainable, but right?
Yeah, it's so retarded.
But the other part of this problem here is that you can teach them in school, but then they go home and they have nowhere
We're getting
to grow.
far off topic now.
But it's wrong, but you have to.
Jason takes it to cow parts.
I know, but you can't.
That is the funny moment of the podcast.
They want to bang it, right?
I know. They want to charge people for the farts. Last points before I move on.
No,
go ahead.
Okay, but you have to recognize that even if we teach children in school how to do this,
Yes.
you put them back into a community where they have no land, so they can't grow their
Okay,
own.
well, let's think to the positives.
Well,
instead of the negatives.
this is being real.
Yeah, we know what
Not
the
about
situation is.
being negative. This
I
is
know.
the reality of what they're forcing us to live in. So I believe in this, but they also have to give us land in order to do this.
Yeah, you teach someone to swim, but then they're never in the water again. So what good is to know how to swim if you're never in the water, right?
Well, that's my point.
Point well
But
made.
Move on.
Point well made.
You're directing the show.
No, excellent point. It's your show tonight. You want to read this one? Can you see it?
No.
What?
No,
You
no.
could do it. Come on.
I'll have to go back to Zoom.
Oh, you're not on
this is a good
Zoom?
one. I am now.
You want me
I'd
to
like
read
to
it?
see no, I'll do it. I'd like to
Okay.
see the chat too.
Okay.
Every woman who heals herself helps heal all women who came before her and all those who come after her. This was a favorite meme because it's something that I learned. I mean, from my mother, and then I go on and I just had an evening with my granddaughter, and she's, a young woman. She's in her 20s and she goes through things, and it's my job because I've learned it's also my job to help her heal, because as you grow, you experience the good, the bad, everything that comes with maturing. And it's my job as a woman to help her learn how to heal from any of her past wounds or whatever they might be. And so this meme is so beautiful.
I really liked it too. Let's keep going. We got a bunch to get through. We started real late. Jason, did you want to say anything about that one? I didn't want to push you onto that one. That was about a woman.
No, I think it's great that we had a woman answer it because I can't speak from that perspective.
Yes, I didn't want to say anything. She nailed
But
it.
men
You
are
nailed it.
nurturers,
You nailed it,
but
lady.
Men are nurturers too.
True. You nailed it. I don't think you could have said it perfect. It was beautiful. Thank you for reading that. You could read some more too. I'll read this one. It says, learn to let go of what happened in the past. New beginning. You deserve a new start and a fresh beginning. We've all messed up and experienced bad things. So don't allow these memories to rob you of your future. You're not a product or a victim of your past. Acknowledge and work through any negative emotions. Put them behind you and start to live again. What do you think of this one, Whitey?
Big sigh there. As soon as you recognize and stop labeling yourself a victim, then you will move forward. And the past is the past. The future is the future. You have to live in the now. So you've got to put that past away. You can't be a victim. And you have to look forward to the future. Live in the moment and just keep moving forward. Another beautiful meme. And
we keep
sometimes
going?
Easier said than done.
We might have to get Jason to take a back seat for a bit so we can get through a few more of these memes. You see how far we got to go, right?
Well, is it because you're hot? Because you can put the air conditioning on.
No.
It's not loud.
It's probably a lot louder for people than it usually is because I've got to still have the fan running because it seems to be helping. So we're going to keep it at that level. Jason, did you want to talk about new beginnings? I keep cutting him off. I feel so rude. I'm trying to make it about you, Whitey.
But I love Jason's perspective.
Yeah, go ahead, Jay. I'm sorry.
Let's see. I had an answer, but it's gone now. So
he's gonna make me pay. Oh, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Okay, Jason's first on this one. It says being considered crazy by those still a victim to social conditioning is a compliment. Jason, what do you think?
Yeah. So. All right. Scripturally, there's a broad and spacious road that goes off to destruction, and there's a straight and narrow path that goes to salvation. So, if you feel like you're with the rest of the herd, you're on the wrong path. You should actually feel like you're in a small, isolated group. Otherwise, you're not on the right path. And I don't like the one eye.
All right. It doesn't have to be satanic. I understand that your point is valid about the eye, and I'm sorry.
We're learning, Ron, that, and I have learned because I've often been triggered by some memes, and I am learning to take the words and not always just look at the picture and understand that the eye, I have to look at it as not a specific symbol, but it's the overall meme.
Yes. The third eye. Sorry.
I did get triggered a little bit by it too, but the actual meme itself.
The third eye can be the spiritual realm that we don't see with our physical eyes. We don't have to think of it as satanic.
We have to be clear when we show a meme that that's what we're talking about, because other people will come after you and say, "Oh, you're showing the third eye."
No. This is just a meme, and it's true.
And I am considered crazy by most people, and I'm good with that.
Yeah, me too. Jason, how about you?
Yeah, I'm not really concerned what other people think about me for a long time.
Did you know? For centuries, onions have been used in a wide range of treatments and have been proven to be useful in treating a number of health issues and concerns. Onions have antimicrobial and antiseptic properties, and they are a great alternative to antibiotics and pharmaceuticals, especially for common ailments like, ear infections and small wounds. Did you guys know that? And then, you're not supposed to like snort the onion or anything. You put it in like a little pack, and you can put it on your chest if you've got like a cold or a sore throat. I guess an onion has all these antimicrobial products or properties. What do you guys think of this one?
Well, I did comment on this because you had said, if you've got an earache, put the onion on your chest. Well, in fact, no, that's the onion on your chest is for a cold. If you have an earache, what you do is you boil the onion down, make it like a liquid, and you put a couple of drops in your ear.
In your ear? Okay,
in your ear.
Okay.
So I did put that in the comment because I didn't want people with an earache thinking if they put it on their chest, it was going to cure their ear. So I Googled it to make sure I was correct.
Yeah, I didn't know if I had to snort it, if I had to stick it in my ear. I guess, I got to crush it up and put it in my ear.
Ron,
I'll try it.
I took care of it for you, and I put it in the comment how to properly use it for an ear.
Yes. Well, to add to this meme, before I throw it to Jay, onions are anti-metalers. So when we have metal in our blood and our bodies from all the stuff that they poison us with, if you regularly eat onions, it actually pulls the metal out of your liver. All right, that's what it does. And you can find onions.
You can do?
What?
Put an onion in your sock and wear them to bed.
Oh, I don't know if I can do that.
No, because it sucks all the toxins out.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
That sounds crazy.
You know me, everything I do, I try to find the most natural way. Yeah. put the onion in your sock like that, and it'll pull toxins out of your body.
Yeah,
Wow.
you can tell that onions have a special property to them, just like garlic does. That I mean, the fact that when you cut it, it can bring you to tears like that. So there's something going on with the onion. It's a powerful, special thing. So here we have wild onion that grows, so that if you're mowing your yard and you hit some of that, it's got that scent to it. It's a very powerful vegetable. It's not something to play with. It's for real.
Yeah.
The music. You were like, it's powerful.
It's for real.
The onion and the
And the music is going very well with Jason's.
Yeah, I try to set him up, right? That's what I'm supposed to do.
Oh, I know. You had that all planned for this meme. Come on, Ron.
No, that's called manifesting. What? You think I'm joking? So you guys, guess what? We got something cool. We got a new memes of the week, number 22, right? So we should probably go to that. I'm going to turn this track on pause. That was serious, dude. So I'm going to turn this on. Let's go and watch this. It's not long, and it's
Is this like the roller, you mean?
yeah, the meme roller of the week 22. It's just
Do I have to
some
mute?
truth. And yeah, please mute everybody. I hope you guys are using Laughing Buddha like me and Jason, hopefully, and YD if she could.
Laughing Buddha.
Yeah, you don't know about that? The Friday podcast was sponsored by Laughing Buddha. What you have to do is Google Laughing Buddha side effects. That was the homework that I wanted everybody to do.
You should have been more clear, because I didn't do it.
I said to do it. I said Google it up, find you out what the side effects are for Laughing Buddha. I guess you didn't do it, but
No,
I did.
I must have had it sped up at that point, and I missed it.
So you guys ready for the meme roller? You ready, Jason? Oh, the
I'm
screen share
ready.
might freeze. Maybe we can save it. I saved it, I think. Yes. You ready?
All right.
Okay, let's go. I hope I have this set up right. I did it so fast. Let's go. I'll see you guys after this. And now, the wait is over. It's time for Memes of the Week. Sponsored by Aluminum Foil. Memes of the week 22. How about you guys? What did you think?
Can you believe that? 22 weeks straight. Memes of the week. Love it.
Yeah, I
Yes.
love it too.
All glory is to the Yahawah. Oh, I heard a train again. They're trolling you at night, huh? Wow.
Well, at least at night, at least it's only every hour.
Let's get into this. This one was interesting. Hempcrete, made from hemp herds, lime and water. As it cures, did you guys know that hemp draws carbon dioxide from the air and petrifies the rock into stone, the hemp? Within 50 years, it is solid as a rock. This building technique, they say, is at least 2,000 years. I'm going to assume that it probably goes right back to the beginning, right? Because it grows in such an abundance. What do you guys think of the hemp brick? Hempcrete. I got a concrete guy on the other end of the screen here.
Yeah, we're talking about a weed, right? That a weed can be used to make concrete.
I've never heard of it.
Come on.
Hempcrete, bro.
Everything you ever wanted to do, you can do with hemp, it looks like. Your clothes, your home, your concrete. You could have a driveway. You could have a concrete house made out of hemp. It's crazy. It's like,
But there's got to be more to it. Like they must be adding something to the hemp to make it a solid
lime.
material. Okay.
Yep.
Lime.
Hemp herds, lime and water. So, concrete, what do? They use to make the Portland cement. It's a type of rock that they superheat and they turn it into the Portland. So, yeah, and lime is another one of the ingredients.
Lime.
So, yeah, lime and hemp and water, and as it cures, sucking carbon dioxide out of the atmosphere, turning it into something solid as a rock. That's
Stone.
amazing,
Right? Isn't it? Wow, right, guys?
yeah.
What's this next one? Oh, here, I would definitely buy you these flowers, YD. They are beautiful. There you go.
Hydrangea, my favorite.
These ones are white.
They have white hydrangeas. Love them.
Beautiful, right? Let's get on to this one. It says Coriolis hoax. The result of Earth's rotation on weather patterns and ocean currents. The Coriolis effect makes... This one's really hard to read. Storms swirl clockwise in the north and counterclockwise in the south. No, it's counterclockwise in the north, clockwise in the south, like the stars. So it says sniper bullets can travel so far that the rotation of the Earth will somehow move the target, and shooters have to adjust their aim, they say, accordingly. Yet hot air balloons can take off in the air for several hours and land in the exact same position, even though the Earth is allegedly spinning over 1,000 miles an hour with no effect. So it says here, in a fraction of a second, the Earth's spin allegedly affects a bullet, but not a hot air balloon. What do you guys think?
Yeah, complete logic there.
Yeah, it's the whole argument that if Earth were rotating, you should be able to get into a helicopter. You should be able to take off from the ground, and because the Earth's spinning 1,000 miles an hour at the equator, that you just wait until it comes around and then you land, right? But they say it's the atmosphere is velcroed to the Earth, so they want to have it both ways. You can't get in an airplane and have basically the same length flight going east and west. It doesn't work.
Well said. I'm going to go through a couple quick here. This one says, go through the mud, they said. It isn't that deep, they said. Good old redneck mud trucking, huh? I'm sure you know about this, Mom. All right, Whitey.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
I do. You can call me Mom. It doesn't matter.
It's a pastime in Ontario. People like to take their trucks to muddy hills and get them buried like this. It's not really what I want to do for fun, but it is
mud
fun.
Competitions too, like
Yeah.
where they actually bring in the mud and then they bring in the mud trucks and everybody competes.
I'm calling PSYOP because they have this Ford stuck in there.
Found on road dead.
It's a hoax. This is CGI, Jason says. What's this one say? You know you're having a bad day when dinner eats your lunch. This would be me for sure. I don't want to kill no animals right now. Come on.
Oh, that's so good.
What do you think, Jay?
Yeah,
I say let him have it.
Trying to
I'm not gonna kill no deer. No way.
Nah, we'll feed him our lunch.
Yep.
This one says he attacked. Worse, he judges you. Look at his face.
Oh, that's funny. Where are you getting these? I haven't even seen these before.
What do you know?
Such a judgmental face. He's giving us the squinty eye.
He's
That's a
like,
Karen right there. That's a Karen.
Whoa.
That's a Karen face.
oh, guys, come on! I'm trying to make you laugh. I'm trying to make. Look at this
You
one.
said what?
Breaking. Justin Bieber to start an Elvis tribute act.
I saw that one too.
You know what's funny about this, guys? I got to tell you, not to be narcissistic, tonight is YD's night. Okay, but
I'm supposed to be narcissistic?
I cut off half of my upper lip from my cheek all the way to the middle of my nose, and because of you, YD, you had them do plastic surgery. I had a huge ass lump, and I was actually stuck like this for how many months? I don't know how long it was.
A couple of years because you do the surgery until you got to a certain age, right?
So then they fixed me, so I kind of relate to this.
Do you remember how you got the cut?
Yeah, I fell down. My toque fell over my eyes. I slipped on an ice slide. We were sliding down, and a piece of ice cut my lip off.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
I remember clear as
Very
day.
traumatic for me.
Oh, it was, but I'm fine.
Just remember that Elvis was the first to take the
The
Jabberoo for something else.
Holio Jabberoo.
Then after that, he was known for having the Justin Bieber lip.
But it's not Justin Bieber. I hate to tell you, but whether it's a psyop or not, everybody's showing up with this. Whatever they're calling this syndrome. Maybe Seth knows what they call it.
It's what is
Henry
it?
Or the Hank or something.
This stuff that comes out of these things. But anyways, we can't say it. This one says here, Davos, WEF, quote, man, end quote, 2025, 2030. Let me zoom in here and show you guys what's all on here. As you can see what he's got on the backpack, he's got his digital thing in his arm. He's eating bugs. He's got the pride colors.
Man, look at those shoes.
He's frying up bugs and he's cross-dressing. Jason, what do you think of this man? He's got the check box, his verification of this thing.
That's what they want right there. That is what they want.
With the chip.
So, totally famished, bug-eating servant,
Ugh.
cross-dressing,
Oh, Lord, take me now.
and plugged in. So yeah.
Yeah, gross.
Let's do a couple more and then we'll get into our next song break. It says, be brave enough to travel the unknown path and learn what you're capable of. Have you guys been pushing yourselves in any way lately?
Oh, that's a tough one. I used to be really good and brave and forge that unknown path, but I don't know. Lately, I'm not so much.
Yeah, so it's self-confidence. So being brave enough to travel the unknown path, that is, I guess, try to imagine yourself as a pioneer going into a wilderness that's unexplored. So you're just taking those steps into the unknown, knocking down the brush, moving ahead, going into the unknown and figuring it out, finding out what's out there, and not being afraid of what you're going to come across. It's not easy. You have to have that adventurous soul to do it, but it is possible.
And we should all strive to do this, push ourselves out of our comfort zone. It's just sometimes easier said than done, but it is a practice that we should all do.
I agree. This one I'm just going to say it's not rhetorical. It says, be limitless. Sorry. You need to ignore what everyone else is doing and achieving. Ignore it. It says your life is about breaking your own limits and outgrowing yourself to live your best life. You are not in a competition with anyone else, ever. Plan to outdo your own past not other people. Okay, everybody? We're going to get through one more here, and then we're going to go into a song break. Internet friendships exist. Listen, my relationship, come on, stay with me. With my own mom, YD, is an internet relationship right now. We're stuck. This whole Survivalism thing, everything's caused so many problems. But it says here it works. And it creates bonds that are as strong, if not stronger, because they are not people you are judging by looks, although we do show our faces, by money, because you don't know how much money I got in my pocket, by status, you don't know who in town thinks what about us. These are people you've met because of their personalities, their likes, their interests, and their standpoints, their viewpoints, and the talents that people in their, quote, real lives never appreciate. This one is so important to me. I wanted to hear what you guys both thought. I'm going to throw it to you, YD. I want to hear what you think.
I mean, obviously right now we're having an internet mother-son, but we're not strangers. This particular meme also talks about internet relationships where you've actually never physically met that individual. Doesn't mean that you can't have a strong bond. And sometimes it's even stronger because you take away all the other physical part of it, whether it be the looks, whatever, and it becomes a different bond. So stranger bonds on internet are fine. I mean,
what's special? This is the only time in creation that people have been able to reach out outside of their village, right? You guys got to think about this clearly, is what I'm showing.
Right, but
you're able to find you're able to find true connections to people like you that are born in different places, not because of choice, because of the way they were born, and then we get to meet each other again and meet up again. This is special. This should be harnessed. I used it, but I have definitely very strong boundaries set up. But this is something that we should appreciate. Okay, I just really want to make sure people get that.
And I'll be honest, I am very hesitant to get into any kind of
takes a long
relationship or comfort zone with anybody. And I'm not talking
Trust.
about men.
Takes time.
Just people in general that I don't know, letting them in.
Takes time, right? And people earn it. You have to earn it. It's not free. Jason, I don't want to go to the song break without hearing your opinion. How did you meet me? How did you meet me, bro?
I think the internet is basically the only way to meet people now these days. So the in-person thing, what I've seen is ever since the Survivalism bug, everybody's become cut off, closed, distant, and isolated. So if you want to find somebody like you, of like mind, of like faith, of like anything, the pool of people is so much greater if you go online that it might be the only way that you're going to find somebody similar to you these days, because the chances of finding that in your local area just via meeting somebody at the gym, the church, the grocery store, the gas station, or whatever, it seems that way is pretty much gone or impossible these days. So you have to broaden your horizons to the whole world, which the internet allows, and then you might find somebody that's similar or compatible to you.
As long as they're not telling you what they think you want to hear. That's my problem. It's a trust thing. Is people read about who you are, what you believe in, and they try to be that person when they're really not that person. So that's where I struggle.
Okay, yeah.
But you have the same problem in person as well.
Yeah, but I don't have any friends. Nobody, I'm too weird for everybody, so.
I really like that meme. So this is the last song break. We do have the outro. We've got about, 10 or 15 more to get through. We're almost done. It's Whitey's birthday. We don't want to rush the end. We want to be quality. But here's another song break. This one's a real banger too. It's just feel good kind of music. Okay, that's what we wanted for tonight. Let's see what it is. Everybody mute. We'll be back after this song.
Must be a genie in your eyes, it must be a demon in mine. 'Cause if I had to crawl, I'd be counting down miles just to get to see you smile. So trust me to read between the lines. I bet that I could read your mind. And if I had it all, I would put it on the line. Be awake in your day. you. ATL to Peru, only me and you in a Billy Coupe. In LA, I don't need a view, cause honestly I would rather look at you. Right hand gripping on your thigh, will you like that? I just wanna feed my appetite when I bite back. Tell me, have you ever seen the world from the backseat? Like a taxi, take you where you ask me, yeah. We could go to France if you want romance. Headed to Havana cause you love to dance. I just want you all to myself and you know ain't no one around when I'm with you. ATL to Peru, only me and you in a Billy Coupe. In LA, I don't need a view, cause honestly I would rather look at you. ATL to Peru, only me and you in a Billy Coupe. In LA, I don't need a view, cause honestly I would rather look at you. Have you ever seen the sky? Looks a little better with your Siri glide. Help me with the traffic on the 405. Feels a little better when you're by my side. ATL to Peru, only me and you in a Billy Coupe. In LA, I don't need a view, cause honestly I would rather look at you. ATL to Peru, only me and you in a Billy Coupe. In LA, I don't need a view, cause honestly I would rather look at you.
What a track. That was Bentley Coupe by Social House. That's a brand new track. Indie scene. We bring you songs that are not on the mainstream. These are indie breaking hits. That one's like 3 days old, but what a track. Bentley Coupe. What a track. Did you guys like it?
That was great.
Did it get the vibes up? I'm working so hard on the vibes, guys. I'm always trying to find the vibes, and it's like, oh, this place just tries to crush them, and you're not going to stop me. No.
Music's always good fun.
I enjoyed it. This one here, we're continuing on with the old soul meme, right? It says here, the reason old souls enjoy spending so much time alone is because they're never really alone. You enjoy your own company. Both of you guys on the other side of the screen do.
Well, yes and no. I mean, I do. I'm okay with being alone, but it would be nice to have more people in my life that, well, it's like PJ was just saying in the chat. It's good to have physical interaction with people. But when you're a truther, it's hard to find those strong relationships. So you do spend a lot of time alone. I'm okay being alone, but it's not,
Yeah, so once you're comfortable with being alone, then when you have the companionship that you like, it's an add-on. So it's nice to at least have the base level of being comfortable with yourself first. And then if you have the add-on, the additional of somebody else's companionship that you can add to it, that's fantastic. But if you're not comfortable with yourself to begin with, what you end up doing is you end up searching for that fulfillment through other people, and then you're left susceptible to not being feeling fulfilled, right?
Really well said.
Yes, well said.
When we depend on other people, when we build our own internal happiness, we're able to enjoy other people's joy and happiness at the same time without draining them of it. Let's keep going here. We've got a few more. Let's move on to this next one.
To add to that,
Okay.
I can go to the theater by myself. I've been able to do it for years and years and years. I will go to a movie by myself. I will go out to dinner by myself. And I am not the least bit uncomfortable.
Me too. So does Jason. Jason used to always go and we'd always talk. You'd always be at all the restaurants getting wings, getting Rudy's,
Yep.
right? You do.
And
You
I
can
go
agree.
to
We're all the
movies.
same.
Yeah, I go to the
We're all the
movies by
same.
myself. So.
There's a reason why we're all the same. Meeting up with other people. But this one says, in the last days, good will be called evil, and evil will be called good. Isaiah 5:20. What do you guys think of this one?
All true.
Yeah, it's everything's being flipped a full 180 degrees all the time now. You can, anything that you hear on the news, you can just reverse it around and take a look at it, and you probably see the actual truth. So evil good, good evil, they've flipped it all, and there is that sheeple population out there that have fallen for it.
They add it up. They eat it up, huh?
They believe it.
Bad. Okay, this next one's kind of funny. Pay attention here. It says, "I bet you can't jump the barn," Barney said. And I said, "Hold my beer." I don't think he's going to make it. I was wrong choice, Joyce.
It's a nice try, though. Nice try.
Holy Jason would see the good in that.
Another 20 feet and he might have had it.
Let's zoom in. Let's get a closer look. Let's see.
He needed a bigger springboard there.
It looks like he's tried it a few times before. Oh, you guys, come on. We got to laugh too, right? We got to laugh. This one here, I want to thank you, YD. You taught me that being loyal is a choice and something that you cultivated in me. And I'm thankful because I have an upper leg on a lot of other people because you took the time to instill good qualities in me. So this meme was a lot to me. You know, thank you. What do you have to say about this one?
Well, that was my goal as a parent, is to teach my children to be loyal. And it is a choice. It's a choice who you bring into your life. It's a choice who you remove from your life. But those who you keep in your life, you know, you have to really cherish those people. You need to be loyal. And loyal is a big word with a lot of definition. And you need to really know what that means, what it means to be loyal.
Could you just turn your mic up a touch on your volume?
I mean, that
Please?
whole rant just got hidden.
No, it was good. I just want to get you a little bit louder.
Yes, it was very important to teach my children, my
It didn't go
grandchildren.
up at all.
Really?
It's probably
So,
fine.
well,
Let's keep going.
all the
Jason,
way
did
up.
you want to talk about loyalty real quick? What do you think of loyalty? And you can take as long as you want.
Oh, he can't, but I can.
You trolling me, YD. Oh, you can take as long as you want too.
I've been a Packer fan my whole life, even
Oh,
though
there's
I'm a Texan now.
loyalty.
So,
That's loyalty.
so yeah, there's a whole barrage of different types of loyalty. It is a choice. You choose who you're going to be loyal to. So the key is making the best choice who you're going to be loyal to, because if you choose poorly, it's going to be a tough road. So you got to find somebody that's worth being loyal to.
One that will also reciprocate with the same amount of loyalty to you.
Yeah, and then you're solid.
Yes, I thought that was a really wonderful meme. I enjoyed it very much. This next one says, there is an underwater waterfall in the Indian Ocean and it's incredible, or whatever. I tried to say
Incredible.
I failed. Incredible. So look at this. What would you guys, come on, would you not love to dive here? Come on,
Could
is it
you
just
make
me?
that a little bigger?
I sure can. Anything for the birthday girl.
Oh, wow.
Let's go bigger.
Wow.
One more. We'll go, 600. Oh, that's too much.
That's too big.
Sorry about that. Let's go back one. Boom. Is it
There
still
is
hard
a
to see?
place that you can go, and I don't know where it is. I've seen it,
Look at
where
that.
you actually jump into this. It's like a waterfall, and you have to be brave because you can't see out the other side, but you actually go in it and you come out the other side. It would be incredible.
Yeah, that looks intense. I got certified to scuba at the recreational level, which is like 60 feet. But
Well, I
if
thought you were going to say in a pool.
yeah, but if you look at something like that,
Be an
like
astronaut?
you're looking at a couple of 100 feet right there.
Were you studying to be an astronaut when you were getting your scuba license?
I could have been, right?
Yeah.
Because that's all you need in order to be an astronaut.
You could have
is
been
to
a
be able to
diver
scuba
or a
dive.
nut. You could have been the diver guy too to help the astronauts.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I thought that was a beautiful meme to throw in there. We're getting closer here. This next one's cool. It says inner voice. How can you tell if your inner voice is actually your voice? A clue here. It says any voice that is judging you or offering or not offering you unconditional support is not your inner voice. Question the voices in your own head and kick out the haters. Tell them, be gone. Wrestle them out of your mind and clear the connection to your higher self. We like to call this the third person observer, the one that's non-biased. It doesn't have an ego. It doesn't judge. It just sees what is and comes up with a logical response for your best choice moving forward. What do you say, YD, about this one?
So could this also mean we're our own worst enemy? You're gone.
Yeah, I'm going to get it back on as soon as possible. It's hot.
I kind of, so turn your fan on.
I wanted this section to be clean.
Well, Ron, not at the expense of being hot and grumpy. Yes, you're not on the right meme, but our thoughts, like we can be our own, the voice inside your head can be your own voice, but it may not be a positive voice, meaning we can be our own worst enemy with our thoughts. That's kind of what I took out of this. Now, maybe that's not what it's intended to be, but when I first saw it, I thought it's my own voice inside my head that causes me the most trouble.
You gotta fight it.
Well, and you do.
You really do.
You can get in your head, and it can take you down. So you've got to get out of your head.
Jason, what say you on this meme?
So if you get to the point where you recognize unbidden thoughts, meaning you didn't call them up. So most people are aware that if you try to call up something in your head, that you'll be able to access something, you'll be able to hear a narrative. But if you didn't call up that conversation, if you didn't call up that scenario, that means it was unbidden. So if it's unbidden, that means you didn't call it up. So
well, then where did it come from?
Great point.
Yeah,
the air.
That's
Principalities in the air. That's who we war against. The scriptures teach clearly. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and rulers of the air. The thoughts come out of the air. Okay? That's Azazel's territory. But let's move on here.
Top one.
It says hemp is the only plant that can feed you, house you, and clothe you, and heal you. Prove me wrong. What do you guys think?
Well, I know it can clothe you. I don't know that it can feed you like food, like fullness. Like, I don't know about that part of it. I know you can, like hemp or like CBD, that kind of thing. That's like hemp without THC, right? But I don't know that it can feed you and nourish you. I know it can clothe you. You can build a house with it, but I don't know if it can nourish you. Your body. I don't know. Can it?
It's one of the most miraculous plants that has one of the most abundant uses that we've come across so far, and it seems to have been suppressed like nothing else, where this one weed could actually do so much for us, but they wanted to take it away from us.
But it wouldn't in itself be enough to nourish our bodies. If we couldn't live just on hemp. So can it feed you? Yes, but I don't think it can fully nourish our bodies.
Well, we'll have to do deeper research, but I know you can take CBD oil and it heals, and you can build your house out of it. You can make your clothes out of it.
I talked to my grandson about that today.
And we could probably eat it.
Get on your CBD.
We need the vegans. We need the vegans to get in here. They eat hemp seeds all the time, right? Let's keep going here. This one says, I don't always visit islands where they to children, but when I do, I go there 36 times to remind myself how wrong it is. I don't want you guys to comment on this one. You're not laughing, though.
I'm not going to comment.
Okay, let's move on. Here is one of the last. We got 2 more games to play.
Oh, Ronnie, I don't like it when you do.
Okay, it's Secretariat. This is another Fred Stone painting. It says here,
Triple
Secretariat.
Crown winner.
Another Triple Crown.
Also, a record speed.
Fastest one, right? What a beautiful horse. Wow.
Beautiful.
It looks like a spearhead on the weight, huh?
And I believe that at Kentucky, at Kentucky Downs, is a statue of Secretariat.
Jason, what say you about this meme?
Churchill Downs, sorry.
I wasn't a big horse guy, but I lived in a neighborhood that had all the Triple Crown winners as street names.
Remember when I moved there? I told you that. I said, Jason.
Yeah. So do you have Citation Drive or something?
Yeah, Citation.
That's
all of
what
them.
I've done.
Secretariat. All of them were
There's not
there.
that many Triple Crown winners. You
No.
know that, right?
No. American Pharaoh, Secretariat, Man of War. But let's keep going. I just wanted to put that in your face. Isn't that a beautiful painting? I know they got the checkerboard symbolism. We're against that, right? There's
And
no
the
duality.
White face, but it's not about that.
It's a
like
beautiful
the third
horse.
eye thing. You can look at the checkerboard.
Yeah, he's got this horse has the third eye. Spiritual one. This horse was probably very spiritual. Very
Beautiful
fast.
horse.
Look at how much muscle this thing has.
Super fast.
Super fast. This one says, stop believing in leaders and start believing in each other. That's what we want to promote here. What do you guys think?
Absolutely.
Jason?
Yeah, it's without faith in other people, there's no way to work together. So you have to find people that you can put faith in to work together with, and that's how you can achieve things. If everybody's broken off and sectioned off and segregated, that's how they keep us unempowered and from being able to accomplish our bigger goals.
But just to put another spin on it, some leaders don't always have to be like, within our government. We can have strong spiritual leaders. Like some people are more of a leadership role in a community, which isn't a bad thing.
Believing in each other, it says.
Yes, but
Believing in each other.
believing in each other, but sometimes you need that stronger personality.
Yes. You want to believe in that person and then believe in the one beside you too. And then work together. Follow the ones who are doing the right things, right? And then believe in yourself first. Do your own things. But let's move on. That's a good one. This one says, you might be a sheeple if you believe a failed actor and a failed comedian are actually scientists.
Pure actors, and they don't know anything about quote unquote science. In fact, science is a total misnomer. The whole premise of science being based off of things that are provable, observable, repeatable, that kind of stuff. So actual science discredits everything that these actors say. These are just paid propagandists is all they are.
It just as a side note, I got into Jake the A-hole's chat last night.
Oh, you were trolling?
I had to troll for a minute because somebody kept telling me about the dome, and it's proven by science.
No, it's not.
So I asked him, so I guess then you believe we went to the moon? And then I got a little bit of heat in that chat, so
Yeah, they're ridiculous.
they ended the...
Look at this one. It says Marina Abramovich poses with who? Jacob Rothschild in front of a Satan summoning his legions painting. What do you think of that?
Gross.
Want to zoom in on it, Jason? Get a little better
Art.
picture of
They
it?
call it art, right?
Yeah, what's going on? This is some gross stuff right there.
Yeah.
These two right here. What do you guys think? Gehenna? They going to Gehenna? Are they going to repent? They're going to be
Burning
good
in
people?
the lake of fire.
No, there's no...
Sorry.
They're not going to repent.
Let's move on. I wanted to let you guys say your thoughts. This one says Nikon P1000, modern technology, 125 zoom. They say here planets and stars are out of focus with this tool, which, some of these are a little bit, but some of them are right in focus. And then the ball earther will say perfect, solid, and gaseous ball flying around in outer space with Galileo's telescope 400 years ago, only 14 times zoom. Jason, what do you have to say about the YD? Would you like to start, or would you want me to give this to Jason?
No, give that one to Jason.
Yeah, 125x is it's significant. So that's a 3,000 millimeter focal length optical. And so we've done the research. We've covered this in live streams before. The largest focal length lens ever created was 5,000 millimeters. And so that had, according to the makers of it, it was a Canon lens prime, meaning that it couldn't zoom in or zoom out. It just had one focal length to it, and it was good for 50 miles. So we've seen that with the P1000, that we can see the same stuff because it has the digital focus as well. So you can go 200x, you can go 400x. It is just as powerful as the biggest telescopes that you see. So you've heard of the Vatican's Lucifer, you've heard of all these other monster telescopes where it looks like they have, you know, 4 foot or 6 foot or 8 foot diameter or whatever. They're great in low light. They're going to beat the Nikon P1000 in low light conditions, but as far as focal length is concerned, the P1000 is right in the wheelhouse with all those massive telescopes. So I did just see from a subscription that I have, somebody posted footage of what is the farthest distance that I have seen, real footage so far, and it was 62 miles to one spot and it was 63 miles to the other that they were being able to record. And that's a prime condition where you have a valley and then you have a mountain in the distance. I've never seen a farther distance being recorded here on Earth.
Well said, brother.
It's an important thing to know and understand how far we can see. If you don't understand how far we can see, you're going to be able to be fooled by anybody.
YD, did you want to comment?
This is out of my wheelhouse.
So I do want to comment. So the most important takeaway here is, let me fix my mic, I was peeking out. The most important thing to take away here is if a flat earther tells you that they can zoom in over the horizon using their 125x zoom and bring something back into view, what they're actually doing is validating heliocentrism. Heliocentrism says with that big Lucifer telescope that they can zoom to the outer reaches of the galaxies, of the universe. When in reality, all we can do is magnify our circle of sight. Our field of view is fixed around us in a circle, and it travels up into the sky in a circle too. It's fixed around us. We can only see to the edge of it. Everything blurs and pixelates out at between 50 and 60 miles, whether you're up in the sky or on the surface of the earth, depending on what the topography is around you. If you're at sea level, you can see generally 6 miles to the vanishing point, and then anything crosses that, it disappears from the bottom up. We were doing a job this week. We had a big beam on the table. If anybody follows and saw the job that we were posting about, one of the Mexican workers there I was joking around with him. He had crazy green eyes like me. And we were just having fun. And I told him he didn't believe the earth was like that, flat. And I said, all right, I'll prove it to you. Because he said, oh, ships sail over the horizon. So I told him, bend down, put your eye parallel to the beam. And he did. And I made him give me a quarter. And I took the quarter and dragged it backwards along the beam while he had his eye level here. And by the time I got the quarter to the end of the beam, he could barely see it anymore. So I brought the quarter back, and slowly but surely it went down. He could see more and more and more of it because I moved it back into his circle of sight. That's how our reality works. We can only zoom in what's in our circle of sight. We can't bring anything out that's back beyond. We can't do that. That's a lie, and it's a scammer. So be on lookout for anybody that tells you that they can zoom anything back in. All they're doing is magnifying the boat, because once you magnify it to 125 zoom, that ship is still going to sail out beyond that perspective of the magnification at the same distance that it would with or without it. So just keep that in mind, okay? Do you guys want to add anything else to that?
No, that was great. Yeah, especially the job site experience, because that blew the guy away. He was wrecked by that. He was like, oh
yeah, he was like, you just blew my fucking mind. He was done.
Got him.
He was stunned, right? You watched it. And so the only time you can pull that trick out, well, no, you can pull that trick out anytime. I'll film it sometime. When he was asking me questions and I was telling him. So let's move on here. That was fun, eh, bro? You got to see me in action. You do it too.
Yeah,
you do a great job. Yeah, well, there was no better opportunity with the beam laying there. Right? The flat beam. We only got a couple more. This one says, hidden fact. I want to talk to you guys after I'm done reading this at ways we can flip the table on this. Okay? It says here, ever notice how all the modern TV shows that we grew up with portray father figures as bumbling, incapable, childlike dolts? The Simpsons, American Dad, Malcolm in the Middle, South Park, and some of the most viewed TV shows in history, all with fathers or dads that are inept dumbasses. This is not a coincidence, but in fact, intentional mass programming to reduce power, confidence, and true manliness. This is the psychological warfare aspect of the multifaceted assault against masculinity. In addition to the chemical assault on testosterone production, these shows have programmed the population to think men as weak, incapable, and a cause of a divide in the sexes. Now, we went over this earlier. We talked about soy boys. Jason brought it up, made sure that he pointed it out. We were talking about why is this happening to the culture now. And here is your proof. So what they do with the television, with the internet, with the radio, this is why we fight so hard and we never quit, because we're fighting back. What they do is they mind control people through these TV shows. We've all grown up like this, and what happens is anything you put in front of your face, anything that you constantly look at or read, especially with the TV, because they go into this alpha beta wave state, it programs you to be a dumbass. Right? That's what they've done. Okay, we know what's happened. We can see we're never going to let it happen again. We're going to teach our men to be competent. So I don't want to give all of the flipping of the tables away. I want to let you guys, how can we change this?
Well, number one, I've never watched any of those shows. Number two, you were never allowed to watch them. And actually, I asked your sister today because you said to me, "Oh, I watched it, Mom." And I said,
I watched them all.
Yeah, but not when I was home, because that you were not allowed to watch them. And
You gave me complete freedom of space. You never bothered me. I shut my door, I had my TV. You didn't tell me.
You were not allowed to watch those shows. What you did behind my back, you did. But I asked your sister today to confirm. Cheryl, what shows were you not allowed to watch on TV? And guess what she named?
Yeah, not with you. We didn't watch them with
me.
you. That's
No.
right. I remember that, but you weren't like watching over my shoulder.
No,
We didn't have the internet like we do now. It wasn't the same type of deal. The
I
TV
knew that if you had the opportunity, you would watch whatever you wanted to watch, and that was fine. I'm not naive. I knew you would do what you wanted to do when I was at work or whatever, but as a parent, it's your job to keep this stuff away from your children so that they don't get indoctrinated into this kind of mindset. And it's only getting worse. And parents are the biggest problem. It's not the TV. It's not the people who put this stuff on TV. It's the parents who don't raise their children, that don't watch what they're watching and make sure that they steer them away from this kind of stuff and put them, back on the right track. It all goes back to the parents, in my opinion.
Flip the tables. You're saying parents need to be more interactive with the content that the kids are putting in their eyes, in their mind.
So when you go to bed at night, you take your child to bed and you read them a bedtime story. Read them the children's Bible bedtime stories. Don't read them Walt Disney. Don't read them all these other things. There's Bibles for kids that make it really colorful and simple, and that's what you do. So if you want to raise children to believe in the Creator and boys to be boys and girls to be girls, then you have to be in control of the content that goes into their brain.
So if you have a son, you read him about David versus Goliath. If you have a daughter, you can read her about Ruth or Sarah.
Yeah.
There's so many good stories.
That men are the warriors, they're the protectors. Women, you're the hero.
There's lots of content. There's lots of content that you can read to your child. But you obviously brought up with the best, because if you read the scriptures and you don't listen to the religianity, the modern day Christians, if you actually just read the scriptures, you're going to find out it's super powerful. You're absolutely right. Those are the best types of stories, but you can read anything to your child. Just simply reading with your child, whatever they like. It could be, race cars, it could be hockey, it could be baseball. You got, the main thing is if they find an interest, if you read them the story from the scriptures about David and Goliath, if they find it interesting, you keep reading it to them, but you want to always try to find the strengths that are in each individual child. Some kids like different things, but
not this stuff.
So flipping the tables, this is just one point that you've brought up, is parents spending more time with their kids, watching over what their content that they're allowing their kids to watch, and spending more time reading with their children. Those are great points. Jason, do you have a couple points to make about how we could flip the tables on? So the main point was the destruction of the competent dad. That was what we were talking about here. Just to bring it back on point.
Growing up Jehovah's Witness, I wasn't allowed to watch The Simpsons, and I wasn't allowed to watch Miami Vice, but I was allowed to watch Dukes of Hazzard and Knight Rider. So my parents were, they tried to limit the stuff that had the father role that was in a stupid position. So stuff like Married with Children, and what was the Roseanne Barr show? I forget that. So all of a sudden there was this switch to all the bumbling stupid dads. Every dad was a bumbling stupid idiot, and I noticed it, and I wasn't okay with it myself. I didn't like it. And so eventually it got to the point where I couldn't stand watching TV shows anymore. Anything that had a laugh track to it, if there was a studio laugh track to it, I couldn't watch it.
It triggered.
It was impossible for me to watch a show like that. So
because it would dumb you down.
Trigger him.
You would see it.
Yeah.
Jason still gets triggered by the laugh track. Still, he gets
Yes.
triggered. He's like, he freaks out. You do. I want to take it back to YD quickly. So again, I'd like you to come up with a way we could flip this. Right? They've destroyed. Do you want me to give you an example first? What am I?
You're a man.
Yeah, well, it's being a competent dad, teaching your son how to fish, or your stepson or your nephew, teaching them how to skate, getting up and going to work and working hard and showing that kid, coming home from work dirty and, spending time with the kid, fixing his bike. Be a competent dad. Flip the tables, I'm saying. How do we take back the power, YD? How do we take back the power?
Well, okay, I think part of what you just said, it's not just what you let them watch. It's about spending more time with your children, away from whatever it is, whether it's gaming or TV or whatever. Take them out, do things with them, get them out in nature, fishing, doing whatever, and gear boys towards kind of boy activities, like teach them to be boys. It's okay. Like, men are men and women are women, and we are different. And I know that that's not a popular position from one woman to say to another woman. Like, it's not knowing your place, but it's knowing your strengths and weaknesses, and knowing a man's strengths and weaknesses. And you're equal, but you're different. And so get out with your kids. Moms, get out with your girls. Dads, get out with your boys. If you're a single mother, make sure you get your boys around good male role models doing things. But it's also one other point I want to make about boys and men is it's good to teach your children, your boys, that it's okay to have feelings, to show emotions. That's the only other thing that I think is important, is that a lot of boys are raised that don't be a baby, don't cry, don't show emotion, and that's not right either. So it's finding a balance.
Mm-hmm. I just got to cut in. That was perfect. So what you did there was you took away the man versus woman aspect of this meme. That was so well done. So they've demonized the moms too, everybody. They've done the exact same thing. They created feminism, which is anti-woman. Right? This psychological attack.
See that.
Yes, you pointed it out. Let's take it out. Ever notice how modern TV shows portray women as bumbling, incapable, childlike adults too?
Or,
yes,
big-breasted, dumb, flaky blondes. It's sad. It's really sad. But I think women need to understand that it's okay to be soft and feminine and not be the strong person. Like, that's okay. I don't even know what the definition of a feminist is, because I think it's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
A feminist, in my idea of a perfect woman would be a tender, caring, strong, backboned naturist. woman who can understand the earth and the flowers and the
a woman
plants,
that stands on
and that
truth.
nurtures their children and teaches them to be responsible and to be caring and to be patient and to set boundaries and to be
But
intelligent.
Don't try to be a man.
This is
Because
how
you're not.
this is how we flip the tables, through teaching our children the opposite of what the indoctrination tried to teach them. And we got to do it together as a team, man and woman, mother and son.
Yes.
That's what the goal is here. We got a couple more. This one says, when you're a muscle car guy, but you can't afford one. Just paint it up on the old van there. Did you actually think it was a CUDA?
Well, at first I had a quick look at it, and I'm like, what is that? That looks like a car I almost bought.
Right? So the Hemi CUDA is the best high-performance race car. It might not be what you think is the best, but at the racetrack, it generally could win the most. It has
Well,
the
it's
best.
what I just about bought.
Right? Well, you didn't need it. You don't need it.
Well, I have a need for speed.
See, that van's got everything.
How could you see right past the car to the van? I mean, all I see is the car. You see the van.
I thought it was hilarious.
Oh, man.
This last one here is special. So this is
I know who that is. That's Will Herbert in Man of War.
This is Man of War, but it's not the painting that you had. I don't have
No,
that
but
one. I
that's
wanted
his
to bring
groom.
something new.
But that's Will Herbert. That's the groom.
This is my favorite horse of all time. Look at the size of this horse, you guys. This horse was a monster.
He was an amazing,
Look at this.
amazing
Look at
horse.
this animal, you guys. This thing is just incredible.
And that groom, when they would travel to race, and you have to remember, this was like many, many, many years ago, where it would take a long time to travel to like different tracks. This groom would sleep in the stall with that horse to protect him, to be with him, to keep him calm. The bond between Will Herbert and Man of War is like nothing I've ever seen.
This horse looks like it was created to carry me. Look at how big the neck is on this horse. Or Jason.
It's got some massive muscle structure.
This one here is tall enough to carry you, bro. I'd prefer a white one. You could have this one,
Actually,
Jay.
Man of War wasn't a really big horse. He had
What?
a really big heart.
He's got a pretty good build here.
But he wasn't considered a big racehorse.
Okay, he wasn't like 19 and a half hands tall, huh?
No. It was more about his muscle had the ability to pump blood like no other.
He's a beautiful horse.
He was spectacular.
Well, how much do you think this painting costs?
Well,
Take a guess.
well,
Let's
that's
get
the
Jason to
real-
guess first.
Well,
Let's see.
but there's a difference between a painting, a proof, and an artist proof. So I have an artist proof of Man of War and his groom. And then there's the first original oil painting. So if this is an oil painting, you go ahead and guess, Jason, because I can tell you it's...
I'm going to go with 5 million.
No, it's not that
No,
much.
it's not.
No. It's a nice painting. And you know what? We don't absolutely care about money here at all. None of us do. All three of us would gladly give away everything. YD sold everything she had, moved to Texas.
Except Man of War, who's hanging over my couch.
You kept that. You kept that. So these paintings roughly go, some of them between, that I've been showing tonight, $30,000 and $40,000. That's, original prints.
Okay.
Yeah. And I have an artist proof, which means when the artist did the oil, so there's only one oil painting, then they do proofs. The artist will hold back a number of the prints and he will sign them. And I have a signed numbered print that was held back by the artist. And it was a gift to me because I just was so, I saw it on a plate. I actually saw this horse and groom on a plate on a wall, and I fell in love with the love between the groom and the horse. And I had said to somebody, like, this just does something to me emotionally, my heart, like just seeing the love between this animal and this human being. And I got the painting as a gift, and I treasure it, not because of its value, but because when I look at it, it's the emotion is, I can't even put words to it. The emotion between that groom and that horse is beyond anything. I mean, I don't even see some people with that same kind of love.
It was beautiful,
Put a
right?
dollar value on that. You can't, there's no value to that.
And he took good care. So the horse's performance had something to do with the care that the horse was being
Everything.
given, right?
It was all about his heart.
And
I'm
that's
looking at him right now, and he's, Man of War's got his head leaning on his groom's chest, and his eyes are half closed. He's almost asleep, and it's just beautiful.
Yeah, it's a beautiful picture. I've got the thumbnail up. Did you want to talk at all about the thumbnail?
I look at my young son.
Yeah, I was young there. That was like 25 years ago.
You were 19, I think, then.
That was a wonderful night. That was the wedding between my cousin Marcia and her husband Sean.
Yeah, that's right.
Nanny was there. I danced with her a bunch of times.
And then the picture right above of me was a couple years ago with your daughter, Sarah. And then the one on the far left was in my 30s, maybe. Yeah, 30s, mid 30s. And then as a little girl.
I could do this on the fly. So I do have that picture up. What if we go to tabs? There it is. There's
And
your
what's
painting.
interesting
There you go. Can you see on the screen?
Yeah.
You see?
I gotta go to Zoom.
Yeah, you gotta go zoom.
There he is.
There you
Look
go.
at that face. Look at that horse's face.
This one's your favorite Fred Stone.
That's the one I have.
It's beautiful.
I mean, look at him. That horse is content. He's calm.
You can see a lot from the horse's face, huh?
I just fell in love with that horse's face and the love that I saw that was being shared between the two, and just yeah, I never get tired of looking at it.
So that's a passion of yours, horses, you know,
Horses and cars.
Yeah, and cars. So I wanted to end the birthday podcast off by saying that, you know, I'm the luckiest son alive. I've got a mom that's a truther. You're a righteous woman. You taught me about loyalty and morals and how to be a kind-hearted man. You let me do anything I wanted. I'm just thankful tonight. The computer I'm using you gave me as a gift, not for anything else other than you just said, please, you know,
truth.
Make content and share it with people. And none of any of the stuff that I create is possible without you. You're my best friend, Mom, and I'm super happy to spend tonight with you. I really enjoyed this podcast. I love this painting. I do. And I just thank you for everything that you do. And, you know, you don't get enough credit. And like I told you, every good thing that I ever do, you get a reward for it. I'd give it to you before I'll take it. So thank you.
Well, I appreciate that, but I also want to say that sometimes the teacher becomes the student, and I have learned so much from you as you've grown and matured. So I thank you for that. I truly do. Like, you have become the teacher and I have become the student talking about flipping the script. It got flipped there about 15 years ago, and you've taught me a lot about truth, and yeah.
It's all because of you. You get all the credit. Jason, what do you want to say?
I want to say happy birthday to Shan.
Thank you, Jason.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a milestone.
It is.
You've got a milestone. I'm coming up on a milestone.
Well, I'd rather have yours.
Just a number.
Yep. But yeah, we're still here. We're still kicking, and we appreciate you so much.
Wow.
Everything
thanks.
that you do.
I love you guys, and I love this is my happy place, spending time on podcasts with you guys. When you ask me what my purpose is, sometimes I think this is my purpose, and then what I take from this and try to share, this is what makes me happy.
Well,
So I appreciate you bringing me in and letting me be such a big part of the team.
Yeah, on a special Saturday night memes of the week.
Memes of the week, yeah.
Number 22.
Memes of the week has been awesome.
I hope you guys enjoyed it. I did.
I enjoyed every moment.
Me
Thanks
too.
for pulling it together, brother, because YouTube was against me. We're going to have to see what we can do.
Yeah.
We'll have it fixed. Don't worry.
And thank you to everybody who tunes in and comments week to week, and the lurkers, and sometimes even for the trolls and the shills. Gotta thank them every now and then too for keeping it interesting, giving me a job.
Yes, you're needed. We need you to continue to fight, continue to comment, continue to help me with all my corrections and tyranny, tyrants, all these different types of things.
Tyranny.
Tyranny.
Tyrants create tyranny.
I appreciate you so much, Mom. You are, like I said, my best friend, and you're a truther. I'm the luckiest son alive. Prove me wrong, anyone else? I really enjoyed tonight. Do you want to say where people heard this, or do you want Jason to say it, or do you want me? It's your birthday.
Well, you guys always say you heard this at YNN. I always say Yahawahashai. I never get it right. I don't know. I think about it. I think about us as a team. I know you guys go the YNN News Network, but we're so much more than that. So I'll let you guys lead it out. To me, this is just, a place for Christians and truthers and like-minded people, and you'll only hear the truth here, and you'll only hear the love of the Creator here.
We'll do it together, Jason. I'll do the first half, you do the second half, okay?
Okay.
Only
On the Yahawahashai News Network.
Fading lights, daydreaming of better times, memories of faces and places left behind.